Hey girlies, happy new year. I'm coming at you guys with a new press-on tutorial. This will be my first time ever doing duct tips, so let me know what y'all think. Let me know. So to start off, I am using some alcohol and acetone just like always and wiping the nails down. And then I'm going to wipe them down with this lint-free wipe just to get them nice and dry and ready to be painted. So first things first, you may be wondering why I did not put a base of builder gel down like I usually do. But because these nails are so strong, like usually when I will put the acetone alcohol mix on nails, they will turn it would look like they've been buffed out, but these did not do that. So it lets you know how hard and strong that nail is. So I decided to go without that for this set. However, I was sure to top coat several times on these nails just to make sure that they were nice and strong, just like my other nails that I create for you all on this channel. And by the way, I apologize for my cat in the first clip. She had dropped a toy beside my bed and I had to get it, and I was not going to re-record that, girl. So I do apologize. I'm also noticing that during editing, I can see that little tab at the top of the nails. I did go ahead and file those off on camera before I packaged the nails up. So yeah, we're all good there. But anyway, I coated these nails with this dark blue shade twice, and I cured for 60 seconds in between both coats. I don't know why, but around this time of year in January, I just think of really dark colors. So I thought this blue shade would be perfect to start the new year off. But let me know what you think. So after the nails were done curing, I went in with my alcohol and acetone mix and I wiped the nails down. You'll see on the little cloth here that there's a little blue that comes up, and I don't want that because I'm about to get ready to use matte top coat. And after wiping them down with the alcohol, I dried them off with this non-lint wipe. And obviously the purpose of that is just to make sure the nails are nice and dry so that I can finish off with my top coat and other things that I need to do with the nails. Right, so now that everything is wiped down, I go in and put some matte top coat on the thumbnail, the middle fingernail, and also the pinky fingernail, because this is where our aura nail design is going to go. And then I cured these nails under the lamp for 60 seconds before moving on. And I just want to say, before we move any further in this nail design, let me know what you guys think. Like, is there anything I could have done better with these tips? Because I have never used duct tips before. I personally do not like them at all. So if there's anything I could have done better, please let me know. All right, so now I'm just using a little bit of white gel polish, and I'm going straight down the center of the nails that I have matted out and just creating a little blob line or what have you. And then I take this little nail sponge applicator and just start sponging out that white. I really wanted the light blue that I'm going to place on next to show up really, really well. So that was the purpose of me putting the white down first. We'll see in the video me going over where I have already sponged the nails out, but that's just to make sure that I get that color that I'm looking for. And once I finished that, I went ahead and cured these under my lamp for 30 seconds. And I apologize for my cat in the background, girl. She's got the zoomies. If you're a cat owner, you're gonna understand. She's got the zoomies bad tonight. I don't know what the problem is. Okay, so once the white was cured on the nails, I went in with this really light blue and I did the same thing with the light blue as I did with the white, and I just went in and buffed it out with my little nail sponge applicator just to give that aura effect, and it created a really nice base for the mirror powder that I placed on top. I absolutely love it. I think it would have been cute without the mirror topping, but y'all know I can't do a nail set without some kind of glitter or some kind of shine. I don't know what my problem is, girl. I do feel like I should add some matte nails to my collection because I have to remember not everyone likes the same things. When I do my nails, there has to be some glitz and glam, but everybody doesn't like that. And I completely understand. So after curing those under the lamp for 30 seconds, I went ahead and took my blue mirror powder and I shook it up so that I can have some mirror powder on the cap when I open the powder up, because that is what I wanted to use when placing the mirror powder on the nails. I just want to make sure I don't pick up too much of the powder, so I usually like to work within the cap. But anyway, I took this little silicone tool and I rubbed it all over that cured polish of the light blue area, just to give the nails a little bit of shine. This part is really, really simple. You don't even have to put much pressure on the little applicator tool. I love this little silicone tool. It worked out perfect for what I needed it for. So love that so much. And after applying my powder with my silicone tool, I went in with my nail brush and just brushed off any excess powder that could be left over, so that I could go ahead and move on to the next step of this aura design. So moving right along, I took some of this periwinkle shade powder pigment, and I have some base coat here that I'm mixing on this little striper brush that I'm going to be using to apply this pigment powder on with. I pretty much just took some of that pigment powder with my brush and placed it into that base coat and just mix it all together, girl. And I applied that right on top of that mirror powder just to give a little bit of dimension to the look. I think it turned out nicely, so you can let me know what you think. I am always open for constructive criticism, but I think it's cute. I think it gave great dimension to the look. After applying the pigment powder mixed with the base coat, I went in and took a sponge tool and just kind of buffed out that color just a little bit, because like I said, I just wanted to add a little bit of dimension to that mirror powder, nothing serious. So after curing those nails under the lamp for 30 seconds, I went in and placed on some top coat over all of the nails. And you will notice that I placed top coat on the aura nails first and then went in with the solid blue nails. And that's because I wanted just a little bit of the shimmer from that pigment powder to go on top of, really the mirror powder, to go on top of the blue, just to make it a little bit sparkly, just to put like a hint of sparkle in it. And it definitely did the trick. I'm not sure if it picked up on the camera or not, but in person you can definitely see like a hint of shimmer, and it just makes it so cute. I love that so much. And like I said before, I did place on 3 coats of top coat on these nails. I didn't want to bore y'all to death by showing you all 3 coats, but this is just the first of the 3 coats of top coat that I did on these nails, just to make sure they were nice and rigid before packaging them up for sale. One thing I will say is these nails did not take me long at all. I need to start doing short short nails more often, especially on long days at work when I just don't feel like being bothered with the long nails. Yeah, I need to start doing these more often. So after curing those 3 layers of top coats, it is time to add stones. So I already have some pulled out for you here. And then I just took some of that glue gel that I have on my little plate here. I placed it on with a striper brush and just laid it down on the nail where I want to place my first big stone, or more like a charm. I love this glue gel. As you can see, while I was working on other little stones on this nail, nothing moved around. I did not set these and work on another finger. I love this glue gel. I believe it's the Model ones that I've been using. So then after placing my big green stone on, I went in with that glue again and placed 3 dots along the nail, which are going to house 3 of my tiny little circle stones. And I feel like these really pull the full look together on this nail. So freaking cute, because at first I was just gonna leave the big stone, but then I decided to go for the small green ones. Really great choice. So cute. I tried to do these nails as simple as I could because, like I said, I work a full-time job and I'm always so tired, but I still want to put some nails out into my collection, and I also want to make sure that I'm drumming up more content. I know I don't do as much as I could, so I do appreciate those of you who are viewing and liking the videos, even though I'm not pushing them out as much as you all would probably like. I plan to get a better schedule going though, because I do love doing nails and I also love creating content as well. And I want to make sure that I'm doing my due diligence to build my business to be as successful and beautiful as I know it could be. So I'm working on it. I'm working on a schedule. So here I've just taken that glue gel and I have placed a long stripe down the middle of the nail and just putting 2 dots on the side just to go ahead and stick my stones where they need to go on this nail. I just placed this long emerald green stone, and then I placed these little, I believe the color is white or maybe silver. I think it's silver stones that I placed all around it. Just 2 small ones on the top and bottom and 2 stones on the left and right side of the nail. And once I got all that done and over with, I fixed the jewels just a little bit on top and then set them under the lamp to cure for a total of 60 seconds before moving on and top coating the stones like I always do and like you should always do. I agree, it takes a little bit of the shine from the nails, the little jewels on them, but it does keep them on and nice and sturdy. So pick your poison, girl, pick your poison. So yeah, now we're reaching the end and I'm just top coating those stones, like I said, just to make sure they stay on the nail. You will see on that big stone, I top coated every inch of it because you do not want the metal pieces on the stone to turn colors when you're showering or washing your hands or just, you know, the daily elements. You want to make sure it keeps that nice pretty color, so please top coat it. So after top coating my stones, I placed the nails under the lamp for 90 seconds just to make sure everything is nice and cured well. And this is the end result. If you are interested in purchasing these nails, you already know where to go. I'll have it on the screen. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.